ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting, another riveting, amazing Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the Master Propaganda here. Let's take defender of the fallen and off here to double feature. First match, Ahito versus Babubu on, well, Kholodny Ferma. In the West, we got Babubu fighting for America, freedom, democracy, leading ahead here with the 3rd Armored Division. Versus in the East, we got Ahito fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland, and the Panzerdivision. He's got elite troops, mobile offense, and spearhead, ready to strike down the Allies versus Babubu with armored, heavy cavalry and airborne, ready to smash those Nazis in. Standard starts here for both players, as we got the Grenadier MG42 to Ahito and double rifle here for Babubu. We'll just call him Barry because, my God, so that really sound terribly awful to keep saying out. So Barry here with double rifleman grabbing the point here, pioneering southwards. Riflemen setting up with Grenadiers arriving there as well for Ahito. Both players so far focusing on securing their resources, less on disrupting the other players' opening moves. Generally, in this situation, would be the American player doing it, and the Wehrmacht player going for disruptive opening would be much rarer, though not impossible. In this case, Ahito's those playing aggressively is going to try and rush the center victory point with MG42. Some players are actually trying to rush the southern munitions point here with machine gun, but Ahito has clearly got other plans. But do see a Grenadier squad heading northward, so Ahito might be planning something slightly disruptive here, just using that one Grenadier squad. And there you go, first shots fired. Grenadiers versus Riflemen, Kholodny TKs versus M1 Garants, blasting with each other. Got the victory point in the center rather rapidly. Again, interesting move there by Ahito. Must be feeling like he can get away with it, or there's some other logic behind it. Rifle moving in there. MD4 is going to have to set up in a good position soon. More Grenadiers running for Ahito and more Riflemen for Barry. There we go. Machine and Gewehr crew the court and open. My God, Helmut, they're on us. We have to get away. Grenadiers coming to support, but he might expect him to push up northwards, so he might try to stick further northwards. Hard to say. In the south, Ahito's pioneers moving in. And Riflemen falling back, more Grenadiers arriving alongside those additional Riflemen. Both sides so far again sticking to standard openings. It's just the moves that might be slightly unusual, but not the build orders themselves. Sandbags by the southern munitions point most likely. Yes, indeed. Up north, Pearson towards the Grenadiers. That's going to be a win here by the Grenadiers. Note here that Barry is moving up his Riflemen. I think it almost looked like he's going to try and flank up behind the Grenadiers to increase chances of doing damage. Then again, the Rearstons can't hold the point much longer and have to retreat. So yeah. Other way, Grenadiers repulsed here. Engagement, I think, mostly was in the favour here by Ahito. To a degree in terms of damage, though, of course, in terms of gain ground, he gained nothing. And his Grenadiers likely will need some medical support since the low on health. More Grenadiers running there for Ahito. And the Panzerdivision skirmishing around the church here. Grenadiers need some support, otherwise the Riflemen will win that one. And there you go, MD42 doing exactly that. Nice play. In the south, continued grabbing of territory. No skirmishes there, no engagements. No nothing. Silence. Grabbing the point there. Grenadiers reinforcing and setting out here for Ahito. Pioneers good to go. Grenadiers standing watch inside the church. Hey Jürgen, hand me Somerset Oldterwein. My God, have you no respect? Please. Grenadiers opening up the rifle. MG42 backing up. And there you go. Ambulance on the way for Barry to support his men. In the south bit, they're skirmishing about here soon to happen. Pioneers with flamethrowers that I do not think will fare well against the rifle. Ambulance halfway done, and of course he does go for the ambulance. Oh, well, not before he takes up, actually. Nice work there. Ahito has, I believe, yet to take up. So let's see how that works out, since Barry, of course, is going to hit with the Lieutenant, likely some sort of fast light vehicle on top of 50 caliber machine guns. Note here that Ahito is actually using the machine gun actively to support his troops during attacks. Very good. Very good. There's also a doctrine usually prescribed. It's a nice play there by Ahito. Grenadiers setting out in the south. We've got Pioneers in the south there. Rifle grabbing the southern munitions point away here from Ahito's Pioneers as they slink away. Rearstons sneaking in there. Nice push here by Ahito again. Machine gun keeping pace with the advance. Ready to disrupt any counterattacks. And for that matter, just keep defenders suppressed. Nice play there. That is definitely some higher level MD42 play here from Ahito. Very nice to see, and I'd say quintessential good Wehrmacht play. Rifling up, Lieutenant gets into the MD42. Gets in before they get suppressed. That's pretty lucky here for buried, but he's still been cut off from his fuel, so nice push there. I-Hito still not taking up. This is starting to get a bit risky there, to put it mildly. Starting to get a bit risky. Pearson's moving in. Grenadiers trying to grab that fuel, but they have to retreat. They have to fall back for the fatherland there. Go right flying up behind here. Machine gun shifting about here. Grenadiers backing up from inside the house. Can they do it sufficient enough? He could theoretically move up the Grenadiers from the center here to move up to back up as well, but seems like that's not what he's doing. Rifling up close, machine gun forced away. Some high stick stalling here. Pioneers moving up southwards. Rather than for the point here, they can't easily deal with by the Grenadiers inside the church into heavy cover. And Barry's beginning to bring up mortars to flash out that fascists. So some certainly high stakes aggression here. I-Hito is finally taking up. That's all he knows is that a fuel drop. I would say slightly delayed tier 2 there, considering he's got all his resources are done and much sooner begin pushing out stuff already now. Bit unfortunate there for I-Hito. Should probably also just train additional Pioneer Squad to get stuff done there. We got bunkers up, definitely should be crucial there due to a lot of gunners wounded. And there we go. Second Pioneer Squad to ensure he doesn't have to retreat those, can keep using them. Of course, just gives some more Pioneers down the road for repairing armored vehicles. So, certainly some double duty there with additional Pioneers. Morse up here to begin bombarding the church, clear out those krauts holding out inside of it. Cancels the Pioneer Squad, goes for Grenadiers instead, opting for infantry. Of course, those Pioneers will then get retreated. I assume. Unless I-Hito's got some other plan in mind, like a tier 3 rush all of a sudden. I mean, it would certainly be an interesting move here from I-Hito to suddenly decide he wants to go for a tier 3 rush strategy. I mean, it's not impossible, but it's pretty risky. Anti-aircraft taking away, that doesn't require, I think, to have to go for mobile defense. Is going to have to really play around that anti-aircraft attack very hard, which would certainly be quite impressive there if I-Hito were to pull it off. Quite impressive. Troops hitting reinforcing here. Barry seizing the southern victory points and the munitions. So yeah, I-Hito with the 4 Grenadiers, 1 M4, 2-1 Pioneer Squad. Pioneers routed here, troops reinforcing. We'll have to see if he does try that tier 3 rush. Mortar fire off here from the mortar. And half-track mobilised here for Barry and the 3rd Armoured Division. Neither player by those yet to commit to doctrine, though considering how things are going, I could see I-Hito going for mobile defense. But we'll see, we'll see. I mean, it's a bit hard to predict the strategy, so certainly again made those, I would say, slight changes. So it indicates some lack of certainty here from I-Hito. And a lack of clarity as to which way he takes his strategy, possibly, or there's something else going on which we just can't see. So there, okay, he does end up on the like mega nice companies. It's not a tier 3 rush after all, just a heavy tier 1 into tier 2. That is a bit more comforting here. That's a bit more comforting. That's the whole situation. I think right now with a tier 3 rush would have been pretty ambitious. Our Panzerfaust on the half to that, pushing way up north. Got us a bit of a light push here, but the lieutenant is ready behind a dead horse to defend democracy. Grenadiers push back, Raft moving in. Pioneer sitting up, 2-2 and a pack 40 here, so he's going hard into that tier 2 finally. Could have gone for it probably sooner, had something else going on, but oh well. 2-2's going to help here versus the infantry, and also maybe be used as bait to draw the half track into, say, a pack 40 or something else. So that'll be interesting to see here. Victory points while still Barry is slowly catch up. In fact, he's now got the lead over I-Hito. We briefly had the lead there. Half track back in action, Raffen pushing southwards. I-Hito's lines are rather extended here, and there we go. Nice push in here. Theoretically, trying for a Raft grenade here, but Barry is obviously not going to sit around for that long to actually become a target for that. That'd be a bit embarrassing for him. And there we go, 2-2 up. Pack 40 slowly arriving here for I-Hito and the Panzer there, Panzer Division in the south. Arriving at when the Grenadiers, they do suffer some losses in the process, and we got the mortar ready to bombard the Grenadiers, and this the half that just clears them out. Up north, though, is where the 2-2 strikes with a light infantry support. Nice idea there. Anticipating the half to move southwards. He moves elsewhere. Pack 40 is almost done. Well, right here, of course, we see there's a bit of a flaw here in I-Hito's tactics. The cutoff point is woefully exposed, and Barry seizes upon this. Very nice work there. Pack 40 out. Grenadiers reinforcing. And we got the half to mainly for the 2 Pioneers nearby in the house, not really doing much. Vision suppressed. I'm thinking in this case going to try and stall the half-track using the machine gun as bait to just keep it in place, allowing the Pack 48. Oh, he got the reactions. That's a bit of loss for Barry. Not as loss as he losing a Pioneer Squad for the Wehrmacht, since you don't necessarily need it for much except repairing your person to get it. But still, you know, a bit unpleasant. That is unless a possible anti-tank team that has been sent off. He has gone for weapon racks, but he's yet to utilise them. No further take-up here. And certainly, still no sign of doctrine from either player. Germans making a push here for the centre. Up north, again, harassment, consistent pressure there on the opponent's resources. Very good. Very good. Mortar wipe now. That's actually pretty awkward there. Barry there left it exposed. And Ahito saw the chance and took it. Excellent there. Gives him some artillery and, of course, denies his opponent it. Of course, he has to get away, but I think that should be reasonably safely done. Scamming southwards, Rafa not into all there, quickly dispatched as well. I hate to slowly turn this around once more. Barry, I'm not entirely sure what he's planning for. Looks like he's rushing for armour. He might need some leading, but he goes for the captain, and he pretty much with that, of course, gives it away to us, the viewers. Me, the caster, that he's aiming for heavy cannon. He's going to stall for the Pershing. He's going to like to go for anti-tank guns. Some Rangers, I think, will be pretty good in these closer quarters. A good infantry elite unit there could also put some serious pressure on the Grenadiers. In particular, since Ahito's yet to upgrade a single one with anything. So, say some range ping with Trump submachine guns could really put some pressure on Ahito. So, we'll see what it ends up with. Ahito, in the meanwhile, though, is taking up. Running ahead for the next tier. Very good. We got Telemans up north to catch up. No. Considered it, but they decided it was not its time. Sting for the south here. Captain almost done there for Barry. Rifle charging at the Grenadiers to mean to bag up here. Nice smooth play there by Ahito. And Rifle there close to being wiped out here by the German defences. Ahito will soon be able to take up, well, build up. Anyways, he's got the tech underneath the structure. It's going to take some time to get any armour though. Although considering Barry's strategy, and Ostwind theoretically could be rushed out pretty fast and put Barry here under the thumb of the Third Reich. Stuart on the way here, interesting choice there. Probably an acknowledgement that he's actually under a lot of pressure here from Ahito and actually can't usually get away with the stall, so he's going to put some pressure on the light vehicles before he tries stalling, which is probably the wisest idea, though I still feel like a Ranger score would be really good on some of those rifles with the Chomps. Pack 4 coming in after they're getting away. Ooh, some hesitation, at least some pathing issues. Half-check gets away, but the question is, of course, for how long. Centerwards, we got Ahito with a strong defensive point. He is yet to use doctrine. There you go. Units being caught by the mortar and the MD-42. Staggering casualties there for Barry's rifleman. And there you go. Half-check escapes. Smooth save there by Barry against the Nazis. Up north, points being harassed, seized. Lieutenant sneaking about as well. We got elite troops for Ahito opening up for stormtroopers, assault rifles, and of course G43s. We got one light machine gun type. We got Grenadiers. We got Pioneers, but sadly no stormtroopers or Panzer Grenadiers. I'm a bit sad. So aggressive play here as always. S-mines up here. Cheeky play there by Ahito. Very cheeky play. Mike just kept a few units. Might need nothing, but at this stage, for this size of the field, he's spent 15 munitions on it, meaning if he gets something, great. If he doesn't, he's not exactly spent a lot of resources on it. And there you go, he got a kill on a model. So, I mean, that's pretty good for, again, the amount of resources invested into it. So, it could easily have been worse there for Ahito. Oh dear, there's a small chance things are off there once the mines get clucked again. Nah, didn't happen. Gonna just have force way close to the air being wiped out. We got the Pomocor going out there for Ahito and the Panzerlehr. Finding around the Korf point here, we got the 2-2 moving up. Close to death though. Ahito though does not care. He pushes 2-2 to the very limits of German engineering. There you go, Pentecost and the Steward, but a large push here by Barry with lots of rifle from the captain and the Steward here. The Steward is being pushed away. Rushing out the machine gun, catching troops he did not pull into cover. Then again, with all the bastards, he might actually chance to kill the gun. Nope, doesn't happen. Pretty lucky here. If I hit it, the Barry wasn't quite fast enough. There you go, gets a wipe by the looks of it. That's a bit of a loss there for Barry and the 3rd Armoured Division. In the south half to move there straight into the Pack 40. I'm sure he had something clever in mind, but instead he ends up with a 75mm armor piercing round instead. Probably 2. There you go, half-trade down. Something I'm sure clever there planned by Barry, but it just didn't work out. On the other hand, he did get the 2-2, but hardly an equivalent exchange there. Direct hit from the Pack 40 on the Stuart light tank. The M51 here though shrugs it off, so he can't shrug off many more hits than that. Second shot that hits the wreckage of an old Panzer IV up north here, point being seized by the Grenadiers. Victory points wise, Barry remains in the lead here over Aihito. Pack out of the way, interesting timing for that. Not entirely sure that is the best decision right now. The ship is starting to wear about enemy armor, and the Stuart's definitely not going to carry the weight there. Grenadiers hauling themselves forwards here for the fatherland. Catching the reagents here with heavy well-loaded fire. Stuart moving up here, 9 kills. Veterans 1 for America, freedom, democracy. Grenadiers push back up here by the centre. We got the captain and the rifle pushing back. And the Grenadiers causing quite some grief there to Aihito. Up north, pumping to with the rifle lieutenant. Pack howards are almost done. There we go. Artillery added here to Barry's arsenal. Of course, his main problem now is going to be that Aihito is going for a Panzer IV, and Barry has absolutely no anti-tank weapons. At most, he can lay down some mines. He might have some bazookas on the rear echelons already. If not, he's going to have to go for them. But beyond that, he's very light on anything that can suddenly seriously threaten a Panzer IV, and that's likely going to be a good chance if Aihito just push in and win the fight. There we go, anti-tank delay, that's going to be crucial. And of course, it's going to be similarly then crucial if Aihito just quickly silence it. Since without that, Barry's chances of storming the Panzer IV are pretty slim unless Aihito does something frightfully dumb with it. We've caught here bar fire there, raking the unfortunate Grenadiers, more than moving up with light machine guns, and one anti-tank gun. Almost done here for Barry and the 3rd Armoured Division. Aihito continue to beat out on victory points. You need to do something swiftly to turn this around in that sense. I mean, he's always got, force advantage, but it's not quite, shall we say, translating to victory point and territorial advantage. So, of course, we'll keep this up for some time. At some point, he's going to have to be much more cautious about it since he is bleeding out fast. Transforming in and going for his aggressive northern flank, trying to play around where he assumes Barry's paying the most attention to the south. Nice play there. Machine moving up for the centre. An aggressive push here, in fact, by Aihito, and it seems to be catching Barry off guard here for the most part. Bazooka team caught, and even a bazooka dropped. Pack out's actually a bit exposed here. Machine gun repositioned easily and smoothly.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Shot fire missed, but the machine gun's getting off some hits on the crew. There we go, almost got it, almost got it.
We have 200 points remaining.
Anti-tank repositioning, and he's going to try and destroy the Pack howards here. There we go, crew dead. Pack misses. Another hit, another hit. Anti-tank lands another hit, but he should be able to take out the Pack howards with the Pack 40 hit here. Ah, missed again, missed again. Bad luck there. If I hit it, can't sit and run much longer. He could infiltrate with storms, which is just better. No, he creeps ahead. He creeps ahead. And there we go. Pack howards down. A bit of a blow there to Barry. His artillery did not have long for this world, either because it got stolen or because it got straight up destroyed by Aihito. But it is up north here, close. Oh, we got a concussive grenade here. Nicely filling up the lieutenant so he can't respond, allowing the grenades to quickly finish them off. Probably not very sportsmanship-like, but this is war, not cricket.
Krauts are taking one of our points.
Rather than hold here, but then before 2 again, half 8 to virtually 3. Barry's chances starting to look pretty unfortunate. The Panzer IV advantage, of course, is helping out nicely, but also he's not quite delivering any serious blows to Aihito anymore. Second anti-tank on the way, stood moving up here for the centre. Rather than close being wiped out, very close. Units being wiped out. Things are falling apart here for Barry. He's got very little infantry left. Smoke popped here on the Panzer IV. Steward rolling in. Up north, got nice work here by Hater as well. Cutting off Barry's fuel. Although he's got the southern fuel, looks actually pretty nice there. It still looks like he's stalling for the Pershing, but it is starting to look like a really horrid plan, to be honest. There we go, rifle repulsed. Pack shoots Mr. the Steward. Grab the southern fuel point here. I hate to consume go from her armor. You can still call in some stormtroopers. They wouldn't be able to upgrade them with anything as of yet. There we go. Almost got the Steward here. One more pack hit. If he can just somehow make it slide. Alright, there we go. Steward down. And with that, Barry's chances are just further slunk apart. He is definitely enjoying an advantage with this. Barry surrenders loss here for the 3rd Armored Division. Nice clear roll by Hito. Nice, aggressive, smooth, and overall, I would also just say incisive at times. Striking Barry where he wasn't ready. Outplaying him, I think, at several junctures. And also just great use of the MG42. Overall, putting Barry in check. And Barry's plan to stall here for the Pershing was pretty weak. Also, he probably could have done with some Rangers or something else. So, there you go. First match of the double feature is over. We'll be quickly moving on to the next match. So, see you there. And we're off here to the second part of this double feature. It's a 2 vs 2 on Alliance of Defiance. The setting is 1944. Somewhere in France, eastern France, we got here HC and Vic fighting here for the Allies with the 6th Armored Division backed up by elements of the 50th Infantry Division against the south. Here we got the Germans with Imperial Dane and Bisonet fighting for the Wehrmacht with Germany, Deutschland forming up here the 111th Panzer Brigade, and we got airborne infantry and heavy cavalry, special weapons, Royal Engineers Mobile Assault here with mostly infantry machine guns, a bit of anti-tank and tank destroyer with Jaeger infantry, encirclement elite troops, Jaeger armor, Blitzkrieg and joint operations with Panzer Grenadier, Panzerfaust and infantry mine here for Bisonet. We got the MD42 Grenadiers here westwards. Note, having quickly looked up here, see that, alright, my opponent is British. Usually when it comes to the British, I do not rush for the fuel point because since they get their basic infantry up fast, we'll always move straight forward, meaning if I try to rush it, I get beaten. So rather than try to play at that, my plan is going to be to push here for the cutoff point and that way put pressure on them that way, draw them away from the fuel point, then nab it. Much smarter there fighting. And these Bisonets moving up there, rushing here for as well. Pioneers moving up, machine gun following up. We got a Mortard. Very interesting start. Probably in response to the fact he figures he's going to be fighting here a lot. You know, lots of houses and such. They're more just going to be helpful. In the west here, Grenadiers catching the section out of the gut. Open. Machine gun Pioneers moved to back up as well. Because he's already trying to react to that. We got a 3rd section out here. More Grenadiers on the way for the Deutsche Wehrmacht here. I imagine he's going to be going for some more Grenadiers as well. And there he goes, section number 5 from the MG42. Pioneers rushing in, Grenadiers time for another angle. Closing in there. As soon as the Pioneers draw the fire, they're going to need them up close to sort of flank them properly, do some damage. There you go, section repulsed. Nice work there. Only lost Pioneers, whereas he lost sections, which of course are a bit more expensive. Machine needs to keep pace here. Grenadiers moving up. And East Bisonet is being routed here by Vic, who launches a furious assault here. Sadly, the motive was not quite, I would say, conclusive in the initial engagement. He probably should have gone for more Grenadiers here. And now push for the car point, which is a real part of the strategy. Since again, if I try to rush here while the section is just going to, well, be a real pain in the arse about it. So rather than do that, I'm just going to try and move ahead here. Of course, he's going to be baiting me in there because, well, I figure, you know, he might be hiding there, but I figure, well, if he isn't, I might be able to pull something off. Of course, this is a really dumb move by me, but, you know, sometimes I do dumb things, sadly. Either way, machine gun up close with the Grenadiers, well, opening up the section and doing heavy damage. Grenadiers catching the other section here, moving in. This is kind of what I'm banking on. An MG42 firing into house at close range tends to do a lot of damage. Which might be able to say with flex tape. So getting some heavy damage in the another machine gun bringing up here to back up my Grenadiers. Section almost taken out. And of course, note here, this section is firing at the exposed Grenadiers, allowing the other Grenadiers squad to get in and do a lot of damage up close. So this is a pretty cheeky move, though. Of course, in the end of the section, bonus allows them probably to overwhelm the Grenadiers, but it was a nice attempt. In the east, Bisonet is striking. He's bringing up more mortars, bringing up more firepower here to deal with Vic. Noting I'm the first going for Doctrine. I go for Encirclement since I kind of want some ambush camouflage out here. It's right here. Not a good engagement. That was poorly done by me. Should obviously not gone for that. I should have just brought up more force before making a push, but I know part of me thought, and again that's a stupid part of me, you know he's probably not there, but part of me kind of figured he was, so yeah. Poor move there, I got punished, but the important part is I didn't suffer any wipes. Filling up with more units here, punished with a flamethrower, so he's still trying to do something here. You know, he's going to be routing there, goes move towards the centre, meaning that he's actually now open. We got a Vickers up for HC, Bayonet continues the push here. With double mortars, that's a lot of artillery fire. We can see Vic is responding with his own artillery as well here. Machine gun up to back up here. Pioneers grabbing the fuel pump. The theory they were supposed to. Other units will move up here towards the centre. Second machine gun moving up. Nice upgrades for the machine gun jet in terms of ambush camouflage. They should be in for that soon enough. Pushing up here, we can see that Vic is slowly being routed here by Bayonet, who just charges forwards like a bison. Section now under 5 and ME4 quickly suppressed. Of course, there's still the Vickers to contend with. Machine gun moving up here, going to play out aggressively, trying to, you know, sort of a bit more on the standard side there, so my opponent has a harder time fitting out exactly what I'm doing, and also just put pressure on him. And so in that regard, you know, an MG42 opponent is not expecting is usually the best kind of MG42. That's prime advice here from the master of propaganda himself. So he's catching the Vickers up here in the south. Bayonet's really routed Vic here in the south. Still a doctrine from the other side. Machine gun there being blasted. We got rifle nades off here as well. And there we go. Vic is close to going down, but not quite. Back here, take up for me. Already done. Pioneers, when he's first taking up now. He's probably got only one grenadier squad, but he's got 2 pioneers, 1 MB42 and 2 mortars. Definitely not your usual, shall we say, force composition here. Sap's trying to think about. He's section 10 on the other side. Pioneers will probably move to route the section inside. Nice push, attempted to push it by HC. Section they're being slowly roasted. Oh, an open fire. Section suppressed on the north, south, maybe behind it. Grenadiers moving in. Could try and rifle grenade, I suppose, around it. Which is exactly what I'm trying to do here. And force away the sappers. Very good. Pioneers with the section here in the east. Further fighting here. Now it's Bayonet's time to be routed here by Vic's counterattack. Section sappers being pushed back here. Machine gun is meant to deal with the section here. And machine guns repositioning. No ambush camouflage as of yet. By me. The section there routed. Cut the cutoff point again. Just more pressure. More aggression. More attacks. Not trying, you know, to sit down for any prolonged period of time. Just advancing the front line and forcing the allies to remain more on the defense. And if they want to attack, they're going to have to attack on my terms, in theory anyways. Being on a machine gun to defend the area around here while the other moves ahead. At least one of them is being upgraded with ambush camouflage. The other one will back up in my attempt to grab the northern points here. I'd like to make a nice company with a 2-2 out. And from Bayonet we got nothing there for now. Back in the allied bases, Captain out. He's probably pack cars and anti-tank guns. As for HC, we got sappers, but nothing else are there. No armoured cars, no weapon racks, no nothing. Allies joining in the centre here, though so are me and Bayonet to a smaller degree. We got a mortar placement up being set up. Aggressive play there by HC can support, well, him to a degree, but also his team here in the east. Also not easily obstructed here, and of course if we don't spot it in time, it'll go up safely. Did not expect this move, so smart move there by HC overall. Sappers, reasons, stewards, captain moving up in the east. He likely used the supervisor abilities by to rush out the captain. Really great move there, overlooked ability. Ambulance flowing up there for Vic. And instead of the other two rolling up, we got machine gun section setting about a nice spot, the mortar placement. And my men also spot it, though in a more explosive fashion. They take direct hits. Using sandbags here to try and block the 2-2's pathing. A very cheeky move there. Gonna be immediately wiped there by a single barrage from the mortar placement. That left me rather dissatisfied about the situation. My God, where did Ludwig go? Where did everybody go? The dead Heinz. Oh, that's what happened. Yeah, it happens. Pioneers zooming about here, pushing around the mortar placement here. Trying to do some damage, while almost just got forces on standby here, mostly my machine guns. They're a bit too much of a hassle around the mortar placement anyways. Panzer grenadiers on the way here. I would go for stormtroopers. I had the ammunition to equip with assault rifles, so just go for panzer grenadiers first. I can't lead infantry anyway, so just some panzer grenadiers to say back up future stormtroopers is a pretty good idea. In the east here, though, Vic is in control of the area here. Bayonet is sadly not making a ton of progress, and so far as mortars has so far only managed to kill a single soul despite having 2 of them, which is a bit awkward, a bit unfortunate. 2-2 rolling back here for repairs. Panzer grenadier almost done here. Für das Vaterland. No other player but me, by the way, is going for a Doctrine. You got Bisonet here with double flame for just further clear out the airs, and there you go. Stuart takes a walloping hit here from the Pack 40. Pushing for the car punching most of the mortars. Nice move there by Vic. And then going here, machine guns still not upgraded with ambush camouflage, by the way. Definitely should have done that. As an oversight, still catches the section there, filling them with lead. Righteous lead. Panzergrenadiere effectsbereit in the east. Another push here by Bisonet. Allied base is seeing some human reinforcement weapon racks up there for Vic, but nothing further from it. We got weapon racks from HC as well, so both allies are bringing out the bigger guns. Machine gun repulsed here, other one hiding out. And a second 222 falling up to further put pressure on the infantry and maybe no threat in the mortar emplacement. Moving up here, Pioneers Panzergrenadiere. Sprint here, very nice little feature of the ambush trading ability. Bit of an overlooked ability, but getting your panzers into a much better range fast is usually pretty good. Also works amazingly on stormtroopers, by the way. Second 222 arriving, Panzer Pioneers repulsed. And looks like Bisonet is moving up here to support my push here around the mortar emplacement, realising that is a big threat, in particular for his holdings in the east as well. He's got 2 mortars, so if he can do some damage that way, that'll of course be quite helpful. Moving around here, we got the section moving in slowly here, and also reposition machine gun to further get out of range of the mortar emplacement. Lots of mortar fire here, mortars trying to take it out there, doing some damage. 222's lining up, Pioneer's gun is moving up here. Needs to clear out the western tom. He's got a section thing up here, though that's going to get the very uncomfortable welcome from either the machine gun or the 222s. Mortar is pulsed for now. Second is getting hammered by the armoured cars. Firing through the walls and the windows. Pretty much obliterating. There it goes, section pushed back. Straight past this gauntlet of motorised fury. Push for the car point again. Close to getting up here in the section, though the 2-2 path thing is having a hard time keeping up with it, and there's a small chance that they get away. Very slow, but would be, yeah, they get away. Pretty close though, but I think got a bit awkward there. Push here for mortar plate, most got the reactions in the process. Mortar plate down to half health. Big push out, pierce the allies being to contract more around the mortar plate to defend it, which, you know, kind of works out for me. I will Bisonet specifically so can grab the eastern point, but also, you know, get closer to the mortars to knock out the mortar emplacement, which is actually very low in health now. Big push here with triple sections, catching the 2-2 off guard, pushing it away. Aggressive rapid action is what we're seeing here. No take up yet for me, and take up though for Bisonet. Very good. Very good. Pioneers moving up here from Bisonet this time around. Burns that thing, light it on fire. We can hear you, you know. Shut up. We're trying to murder you, not cuddle you. There we go. Mortars all packed around. There we go. Takes out the mortar emplacement, leaving HC's investment finally dead. He's also going for Panzergrenadiere. Very good, very good. I'm going for an additional Panzergrenadier squad, so not enough munitions for any Sturmgewehr wielding stormtroopers, so just more assault infantry that way. And also taking up, moving ahead for the Panzers. For the Allies, we got to take a bit for Vic. In fact, he's pushing out a pretty fast Cromwell. Nice work there. We got a pack house on the way for Vic, who's not taking out there. Oh wait, I'm going to... In fact, we're both going to be in a bit of a sticky position there, since he's got pack 40, whereas I've got absolutely bugger all. Splendidly so, would you say? Definitely no sight on my side. Though, of course, with double Panzer 6, I do have the backup option, just quickly equipping one of the squads with assault rifles if it becomes necessary. Obviously not the ideal, but, you know, it can help stall for some armor. Still behind the Grenadiers, hammering away. Now the Vic, HC or Bisonet have yet to choose Doctrine, by the way. Panzer does the section, and Cromwell there out for HC and the 50th Infantry Division. Panzergrenadier heroically clearing down the section in the name of Ensieg. So Pommercore going up, I'm going to have to rush out Stug to have a chance there as that Cromwell. Of course, once it arrives, I'm also going to need Panzerschrecks. This is a bit of a hard decision since I prefer just full assault rifles, but I kinda, left myself with absolutely no option for otherwise, so I have to go for Panzerschrecks here. In the east, Stuart is continuing to cause Bison issues. He's probably benefit from Panzerschrecks himself since they're a bit more useful in these sort of environments, whereas the Pack 40 is more for open terrain. Morse looking to be a bit of a nuisance here for Vic, though. Panzers there rolling in. Still no dot from him or from the allies. Panzerschrecks almost done. I'm just trying to buy time. Machine gun is just holding its breath and hoping the allies don't spot it. Just pretend you're Rock Jürgen. That? Excellent. And there go Sturmgeschütz on the way. Back here, troops in reinforcing going from the expect push. Interesting enough, he's actually rushing 54. That would probably be either Sturmpanzer or Panther here. Panzer Dolls being wiped out. Trying their thick bomb grenade before they hightailed it out of there. 2-2 roaming about. Northern points being seized back here. Sturmgeschütz halfway done. He's not pushing very hard with this Cromwell, obviously because he's worried about might be hiding, but at the same time, if it's just sitting back there doing nothing, it's kind of wasted, to be honest, which is great for me, by the way. That means less, murdering of my men. There goes Stug almost done. Both machine guns, by the way, just hiding, waiting here with the Chrome about. They don't have really much to do aggressively. And there you go. Panzerschrecks flying, and none of them actually connect. Twerps. Glad we got the Stug out there. The Sturmgeschütz 3 ausführen geht. Heavy Panzer Corps is done here. We'll obviously go for the Panther Sturmpanzer. While we got HC with mobile assault, and we got Bison with joint operations. Excellent. That only leaves Vic without a doctrine. And going by the usual template, it's probably going to be heavy cavalry. We probably really need to look into that. It's kind of acting like a crutch. In that sense. Anyways, Stug moving ahead here. No pinlock machine being added yet. Panzerjägers could do with some healing. And there you go, machine gun being assaulted. In this case, I rather placed it poorly. Should have retreated for healing, actually, to be honest. That was a really poor move by me. Really poor. No excuses there, and he's going to steal the machine gun. Very much well deserved for me. Well deserved because I've really handled it like a utter pats. Trying with some material to stop that theory of precious German war equipment, but it's sadly not quite having the desired effect. In fact, my troops are getting absolutely blasted by the supporting Vickers and other elements, forcing a full retreat here. So nice little push there by HC, completely caught me off guard, and certainly punking from mistakes. We got air support out here for him, and we got commanders out for HC. Lots of things happening now, very fast. The commanders are running off map rather than infiltrating. And we're going to tilt strike called in here by Bison to break up Vic's defenses in the east. Nice call in there. Pioneers rolling through there as artillery shatters Vic's nerves and men, mostly his men. In the south, there is the Sturmpanzer indeed. Healing repairs going on here. Mostly medic kits. I don't have quite gone around to building medic bunker. That's a bit of a mistake on me as well. 6-pounder gun moving about. Stuart close to veteran 2. Very close to that Pershing, except he doesn't have the command points for it. So Vic's plans is, shall we say, encountering a few issues. Going for the Austrian to help deal with the infantry. Bit risky in a lot of ways, but I'm thinking with the Stug and some Panzerschrecks, you have a chance that there's the Cromwell, as long as he doesn't get too much more armor out. Gunleader's trying to flank up and hold by the Vickers. Going to need the Austrian to deal with that. Or some Pioneers or something else. Austrian is rolling up rapidly for the fatherland to support the 111th Panzer Brigade. 6-pounder gun sitting up here. Opening up the Stug direct hit, piercing the 80mm armor. Sturmpanzer in the center firing out. But he's easy targets there for like anti-tank weapons. There we go, machine guns being recruited and pulled away, and there you go, Flak Panzer flanking up here, almost taking out the Vickers machine gun there. 6-pounder gun being rushed by the Pioneers, but even going to sprint them ahead to further catch up with it. All the way a big push here, which completely caught AC off guard. Almost got the Vickers here. Cromwell moving in, Stuka moving to back up there. Panzerjägers calls as well. 6-pounder gun almost done, and got the Vickers. 6-pounder gun calls to go down here. There we go. 2 support them down here for HC. A sundering blow. Stug moving in. Panzerjäger stalls as well. Osman the lone health, and we got here. The Stug rolling in from the other side. There's lots of hits in the Cromwell. Almost taking out. Stug being flanked in with the Stuart. Those stand up. Almost got the Cromwell. Almost. Panzerjäger sprint forward. Stug trying to get away here. That is in a pretty bad spot here. And there we go. Otto knocks out that Cromwell with a final hit here. Steward about to go down. No Grenadiers nearby to Panzerfaust it. Steward is kaput. Osman warming up. Need to turn around the frontal armor here. There we go. Got the Grenadiers. Panzerfaust off. Brutal skirmishing here. Brutal fighting. Heavy casualties. 6-pounder gun moving in. Osman. Oh, gets away. Well, M1 anti-tank gun. Technically the same, of course, in terms of stats. They aren't. And one is almost down here to the light until he called in by Bison. Nice teamwork there. Panzerjägers continue to hunt down the Steward. He probably realised he can't get away with it anyway, so pop goes that weasel as two 88mm rockets go straight up the tailpipe. Stormtroopers out, adding some Sturmgewehrs. And attempt to seize the machine gun did not work out as you got a big push here from HC. In the southeast, Bisonet's grabbing territory as well. Hiccups, my apologies. My sincere apologies. Lots of machine guns, of course. Commanders here sorting straight ahead. Stormtroopers being reinforced. Osman need repairs, and I'm probably going to need some more Stoogs out. Big push here. Panzerjägers drop a Panzer Schreck. That's not good. Quite the opposite. There we go. Full route here, as my defenders were not expecting this kind of push here from HC. Nice push. And east of the Sturmpanzer there, facing off against Vic's forces more or less on its own, though Panzerjägers were nearby to provide support. Vic remains without a doctrine there. He again is stalling for the Pershing, but he's pretty much also cutting himself off from any other options. It's not frightfully amazing play there in that sense. Valkyrie repairs going on. Flak Panzer being set up. Troops reinforcing, healing, well, mostly reinforcing, and the Stormtroopers have finally gotten their Sturmgewehrs 44. So that way take on the Allied Scourge. Panzer there's the Rifleman in the west holding up here. Black Panther good to go. Jackson on the way here for Vic. Looks like he's found ways he can't stall, though he still benefit from a doctrine. Maybe some Rangers or some Paratroopers right now would be the best option here, backing up quite nicely. Stormtroopers are going to flank up here, and Flak Panther's coming from the other side. 6-pounder gun was recruited here by HC's brave section members. Still no some additional armor there from me. He's going for a Firefly, by the way. And then go deep flank with the Osman and the Stormtroopers. Waiting here with a bigger push there. 6-pounder gun moving about here. And there goes Stormtroopers sprinting past here before the machine guns are ready to go. Being suppressed the machine guns back up here. Overall, really big and only assault. There you go. Flak Panther arrives. Stormtroopers popping up with tactical assault. And there you go. Clearing out the commandos at point blank range. Backed up by the Osman. Tearing apart HC's front line here. Being behind the entertainer to be rushed here. Pentagon's pioneers rushing forwards for the final machine gun flank. And there you go. HC surrenders. Or runs away. Leaving Victor, well, surrender the match entirely. A loss here for the 6th Armoured and the 50th Division. Some nasty fighting here on Alliance of Defiance. Some aggressive Flak Panzer play and some Pentagoners and all that. Or we'll think Harling to the degree, you know, sometimes you gotta spot the bait. You know, that was really poorly done by me. But you know, the importance of just, you know, flanking them about and not necessarily attacking the way your opponent wants you to. That, for example, is rather crucial in the early game versus the Brits. And of course, all was nice play though by Snet, some nice supporting moves here and there, and certainly the 2 mortars eventually paid off. So overall, nice little fight here. I hope you agree. So this is Imperial signing off for now. Hope you enjoyed this double feature. If you did, you know, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, share it with your friends and family. If you like what you do, you can donate or pledge on Patreon. Links are in the video description. This is Imperial Cheers. Thank you for watching. You're all a wonderful audience, and hope to see you tomorrow again. Bye.